Today, people, we are talking about the value of desire. So we had manifestation and dreams. So I've been doing all morning, right? I've been doing this rap, which I'm going to do for you, but I had to get it into a 1 minute short, which means I had to do it rapidly, and I kept tripping over my words. And I'm trying to do it with like a bit of shaker, and then I'm thinking, right, I've got to do the iPad, which is behind the camera over here, because I can kind of look at that and kind of still look at and oh mate, you wouldn't believe just the kerfuffle this morning. And then I've got to get this all queued up, because I'm going to do it for you, because it's fun. I'm going to do it way more chill, so you're going to understand everything I'm saying. And hopefully I get it right. I took so many takes to kind of nail it, in the sense that, you know what, it's good enough. I'm going with it. It's good enough. So what I desire right now is to get this right. But let's give it a little spin and see how it goes. We've had dreams of manifestation, now we're talking about desire, which can be a tricky master if you want your value higher. It's great to be desired, of course, but please don't get it twisted. There are 16 main desires we have. I've got them in a list. Here goes: power, social contact, curiosity and peace, status, exercise, romance, and the ability to feast. Saving, family, honour, we occasionally want vengeance. Order, independence, idealism and acceptance. These are our desires and they often rule our days. But this can be unhealthy in a myriad of ways. Overconsumption of food and material goods, unrealistic expectations, envy, jealousy, cutthroatedness and a lack of appreciation. If we desire our wants and want our desires, we're living in the loop. We need to break out of our sovereign thoughts, considering the group. Desires without restraint will lead to unethical behaviour, so one by one you'll lose your friends, so there's no one left to save you. Desires of course are a human trait, but beware them taking lead. Addiction is common in people who struggle to quell their wants and greeds. So stay motivated and focused on growth, as well as making peace. Remain patient, be respectful, or life desires you deceased. Kind of something like that, I guess. It wasn't perfect, but we know with these videos by now, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be done. It's got to be something. It's got to be enough. Okay, and these are the things that I wanted to work out in life maths, the things that I keep coming back to. I don't keep coming back to manifestation. I don't keep coming back to dreams or desires. I keep coming back to working really hard. I keep coming back to being enough. I keep coming back to balance is key, timing is everything, so long as you can breathe, the rest is easy. And yeah, a lot of these other things, I'm realising they're not really worth all that much. So what is the value of desire? Well, okay, it can motivate us. We desire a thing. So some people go, I desire a family. Didn't realise the door wasn't shut. Not that it matters. I desire a family. Okay, like right now, in many ways, you know, coming up on 40 this year, which I've said so many times, I do desire a family. I do desire a wife and kids. Maybe it's just because I want to fit in. Maybe it's just because I want to be like other people. I don't want to be an odd one out. But I don't feel like that is something I can have in my life, and maybe that's something I have to accept. Value of acceptance coming up. I'm not sure, but some people want a partner, wife, husband, you know, kids, family, the whole shebang, you know, whatever it is you want in that way. It can be a really, really healthy desire, and it can lead you to be very, very motivated to then hopefully get into some good habits, gain some momentum. You see how it's all connected, life maths, you see, it's an equation. It can help you get creative as well. You go, you know what, okay, I can only start where I am. I've only got what I've got. Let's get creative. Let's really start to think about this. So that's, you know, can be good for your focus as well. You get creative and you really focus on something. That's what I'm doing with this. I'm getting creative. I'm focusing. I'm trying different things out. I am motivated, not by family, not by having kids in that way, but just by my ultimate desire, which is what I'm going to hopefully manage to tie in at the end if I can get all this right. So it can also promote growth. If you really desire something and you say, like myself right now, I don't have the capability. I am not the man I need to be able to achieve that, to be there, to do that, to have these things, to have these relationships. I don't have the skills. I have the motivation, yeah, I'm brave enough, sure, value of bravery coming up. I have all of these things, but I'm still lacking. So I need to start where I'm at. I need that, you know, massive amount of motivation. I need to get creative. I need to focus. I need to focus a lot. Yeah, this is the thing with doing this morning's rap. I thought, you're doing fine, mate. But don't just sit on your laurels. Don't just sit back and go, well, I'm doing something, so that's that. No, because you know you can do a bit better, and you know as you improve and you build your momentum, you can incrementally improve on all of the little aspects of it. You can make the track a little bit more bespoke. You can do a little bit more kind of syllabalism. I just made that up. If that's not a word already, syllabalism. The idea trying to put syllables into a line that represent, you know, so in music you've got like quarters, you've got eighths, you've got sixteenths, you've got, you know, all these different, I've just realised I couldn't do it quick enough with my fingers, but all these different subdivisions, and the idea of just putting them into syllables, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing it as well, and I thought, you know, I need to spend more of my days doing this. I need to polish this more. I need to make it better, because I've been comparing my stuff to other people's. Value of comparison coming up. Try not to get bummed out, but just trying to think, how can I do things better? How can I improve? Where am I lacking? Where am I being a bit lazy? Where am I maybe cutting some corners? That sort of thing. So, you know, I am going to grow as a result of having this desire to affect this change. So there are, like it said in there, you know, you've got 16 different things we desire: power, social contact, curiosity, peace, status, exercise, romance, ability to feast, is like eat and drink, saving, family, honour. Three different things. Not saving, family, honour, just saving, family, honour. We occasionally want vengeance, order, independence, idealism, and acceptance. So, you know, these are the 16. I googled that. I didn't make that up. Like, Google, can you tell me about desires? And there was some article. I was like, okay, cool. That's what I want. But as great as they can be, as much as they can drive us in the right direction, they can also be a negative. Yeah, we can have desires to never something. I'm never gonna, and therefore you just close your mind to all these possibilities. I'm never going. Okay, cool. So, you know, because you're never going, then you're never going. Because it's the opposite. If you're not gonna, then you're not gonna. That's the way life works. Okay, cool. If you say no to these things, then life will say no to you with the regards to these other things. So you need to stay open-minded. Yeah, desire's just this outright luxurious, what is it, sloth, gluttonous, that's the one I'm looking for, gluttonous kind of all my desires all the time, I desire it, therefore it must be so. It's not going to help you either. So as much as you've got out there, you know, it's not necessarily desiring not having something that was in your past, but desiring all these things in the future. Well, like I said, overconsumption of bloody everything, overconsumption of anything that you consume, and we're all doing it nowadays. I do it myself. It's terrible. It's so hard to actually just have the minimal effective dose in life. It's just when it's at our fingertips, that's just what we're like as humans. Just more. That's it. And it's really, really hard to get out of that. So when we have all these desires, if we allow ourselves to be ruled by our desires, if we allow ourselves to run rampant with these desires, it's going to get worse. We're going to have more and more desires, and they're going to be less and less fulfilled, because that's how life works. We have unrealistic expectations. Again, we see all these other things other people have. I want that, I desire this, I desire that. My life is shit if I don't have the thing. Why? Well, just because you desire it, so now you've decided you're not going to be grateful for anything you have because you desire a thing you haven't, and therefore life's shit all over again. We're our own worst enemies in these ways, okay? Oh, I say that so much. Envy, jealousy, yeah? Just seeing something and go, oh, I hate that person. It's not so bad to go, I love the lifestyle they've got. I want to be like them. They seem like a good person. I want to emulate that behaviour and try and emulate the kind of life they have. That's cool. That's more inspiration, I'd say, than jealousy or envy. But the idea that then you just hate them because they've got something. They're in a position in life, they don't have to do what you do. They don't have to do the shitty tasks. They can get someone else to do that. So you hate them because of it. You know, because you desire that life and they have it. So I don't like you anymore. You know, it's not really the spirit we're going for. Cutthroatedness, you'll just step over anyone. Yeah, you're literally just climbing up that ladder, kicking people off behind you, dragging people down, stabbing them in the back because you desire something and it must be so. No. Yeah, I think it was in A Beautiful Mind of Russell Crowe, and it was the idea of the wants of the group outweigh the wants of the individual. And so something like, if you, rather than having the number one, which you think, I deserve number one, I can get number one, okay, but for the group, maybe it's better if you take number two, and maybe it's better for you long term as well. I'm always happy to take silver, you know, I'm just glad to have competed, it's good fun. So that idea that you're going to step on anyone, anything, money over everything, you know, win, that mentality, man, like I said before, it kind of makes me sick, and it's really not healthy. It's really, really not healthy. It doesn't serve you in the long term, and it doesn't serve anyone ever. Discontentment, lack of appreciation, like I just said. It's you know, if you desire all these things all the time, I want this, I want this, I want this, and as soon as you had the thing, you want the next thing, and until you've got that next thing, you're not happy. But as soon as you got that next thing, you want the next thing, and until you've got that thing, you're not happy. You see how it works? It's turtles all the way down. So workaholism, alcoholism, like I said, overconsumption, you can just think this is the only way to get to this is the only way. I desire this, work. But it's just craziness. You think, well, I want more time with my family. Okay, cool. You want more time with your family. So I'm going to work to get more time with my family, and I never see my family. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. And that's the way it works. Haha, no pun intended. And unethical behaviour. Like it said, a lot of times, you know, kind of going back to the cutthroatedness, people, like I said, I think it was yesterday when I was in bed. Yeah, I believe it was yesterday when I was in bed, saying, be careful who you become in pursuit of these dreams. Like, I have a dream, great, have a dream, it's good. But if that dream means that you become some wretch of a human being who is just disgusting and shameful and no one wants to be around you, again, it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve anyone else around you. Yeah, we're here to connect, we're here to be part of a community. We're one race, we're the human race. And we want to act accordingly, we're all part of it, we're all nodes on a network. We all have our little part to play in existence. And when we just act like a bunch of cunts all the time, it doesn't help anyone. So, what do I want the most? What do I desire the most? It is literally this: to have a fun-ass life, but not at the expense of hurting anyone else, harming anyone else, putting anyone else down. It's never about that. I have suffered horrendously in my life. I don't wish it upon anyone, okay? I wish to have a fun-ass life, but a memorable life as well, a really memorable life. Not just for my own memories. I want to affect other people, lots of other people. I want to impact history, if possible. If history desires me, I desire history. Great, let's do it, okay? Just don't put me in a really horrible pose or something. But I want to affect positive change within my lifetime. And what I mean by that is, I'm not going to say, well, it helps me right here, right now, fuck the future. No, what I mean is, we can only see as far as kind of our lives and maybe our children's generation's lives. We can't really see much beyond that. And where everything's speeding up now, it's really hard to even see 5 or 10 years ahead. So the idea being that while I'm alive, I want to affect positive change in my own and whoever's around me's life. Is that, if that's good English? And I can't worry about, well, if, 500 years' time, I can't do, none of us can. We can't conceive that, time-wise. We can only conceive our own lifetime, our own mortality. So within this time, I'm not intending to harm or hurt anyone else to get ahead. I want to get ahead, and I want to try and bring as many people with me, and I want to have just a fucking brilliant time doing it. That's my desire. So I have to align all my priorities, all my habits and everything like that to that end. And if other people get on board with my desire, great, it's more likely going to happen. If my desire is, I want to kill the whole world and burn it to the ground, there's probably going to be a few people to say, I desire to save my family. I desire not to have that happen. I desire ice cream tomorrow, so fuck you, man. And therefore, the world will converge and it's not going to happen. So generally speaking, when your desires align with the desires of others, it's way more likely it's going to happen. And what I desire for you to do right now is get off your phones, get outside, touch some grass.